National Geographic niggas.
Red dawn, black light, eternal the fight. At my unfriendly foes, closed. Red dawn, black light, eternal the fight. At my unfriendly foes, closed. Red dawn, black light, eternal the fight. At my unfriendly foes, closed. Red dawn, black light, eternal the fight. At my foes, door closed. Proceeding down the hill with a plastic bag upon my shoulder. I created this one for Scully and Detective Mulder. Files of an X-Man. Alien says salutations, then cuts the throat with a glowing middle finger. Damn, what a way to make an acquaintance. I know you got issues, but I got visions, so I'm writing revelations. Compare that to the capability of most riders. You in the motorcycle gang of outsiders. I'm an insider that goes by LP. A Chino in a sense, because my metaphors come from the planet half-breeded, conceited, and overzealous at pressure points. Visual conversation annoyance, but I'm hyperextending the boundaries of hip-hop. Decepticon and Autobot Constructicons against the Dinobots. Metropolis Prime Meridian with the insignia of that movie, The First Power. But I'm employed by God, the oddity with the 8 chandelier fixture arms. Your friend, the ally, don't be alarmed. Red dawn, black light, door closed. I specialize in the humiliation of the unforgiven. Wastelands of a diagnosis. I'll make the incision at about navel immediate. Show me thy guts and I shall believe the stories you conceive, young Sherlock. Witness the mind of a man who created holograms. Musical theory in a righteous manner. Off the telegrams to Ichabod Crane, I invite him to a showdown with the mentally insane. But my spirit is equivalent to that of an archangelic merchant trading souls for my eternity embellishment. Abolishing, polishing my regrets. I got a grudge that's illegal in all 52 states. I penetrate the Stargate with just one of my punchlines. Gotta go, it's lunchtime. And my appetite exceeds this galaxy of MCs. Big up to Bethlehem indeed.
That's Dawn Star. Red light, last generation, the fig tree grows at night. Each dawn, Adam's right. Jezebel swarm, spelling beehive, ignite. What? Red rum, drum right. 1,000 limousines follow the hearse, first verse, my right. Knee crunch, crush light. The wings shackled to the dirt, work lost sight. Third eye, my bishop's side, 12 edition, mine, 14, 4,000 synagogue. Take rise, stars fall, snowing, fire, ice. A cloud of victory, call me the thief who died with Christ. Trilogy, triathlon, trinity, triangular. Try to trifle the triangle, thrice angle. Wrath, my first enemies. I redeem last. Red dawn, black light, heaven's light. Book of life, celestial fire. So unite, red dawn, black light.
Merciless, inconsiderate figments, imagination enter the world, amazing scenarios, characteristic oddball to bury flows and keep them hidden forever to dissolve, evaporating through puddles of emerald. Rains the aqua level 25th and marching past your pedal, the puppet making mistaken for the creative side of entertaining the merchants who merchandise and purchase. Your thoughts and all your movements, your plans and all improvements. Did I ask you, why did you do it in the first place? Ignoramus so face the music directing the point of view to this visual, relying on messages while you was doing the video, promoting the evil that men do, along with women equipping the younger children to believe in snakes, breathing through holidays, months, fire, water, wind, dirt, seasons, daughters to mother nature. That it is time to open your eyes with vision. Believe that only you can make the accurate decision. Believe that I was sent to handle and torture you so-called MCs who breathe deceiving words of reptilian speech. And just remember, you learn IT. Your arms ain't like the octopus. 8 ways to read, with 8 ways to speak, and 8 ways to practice what I preach. Can't you feel it in your bones? Believe. Why don't you look at what we done when it's been given to us in the form of life and we control its every moment perhaps? We be the selfish, enveloping nothing but pleasure that's relevant to demons setting traps around the globe. A perversion, the A side is clean, the other is the dirty version. The balance of good and evil, but does it reveal to the people intelligence? Or even a little bit of moral mentality? MCs, I invite you to be my casualty. Die now, henceforth I'll pop your eyes out, you're blind now. Can't see the smile that is imaged upon my face, deny how you haven't been defeated in every way, so I shall proceed, continuing to make you bleed. Feed, these are the results of an angelic banshee. So also see, Nikolai, in reference to what I'm telling ya, I'm about to end this world with no failure. Believe that it is time to open your eyes with vision. Believe that only you can make the accurate decision. Believe that I was sent to handle and torture you so-called MCs who breathe deceiving words of reptilian speech. And just remember, you learn IT. Your arms ain't like the octopus. 8 ways to read, with 8 ways to speak, and 8 ways to practice what I preach. Can't you feel it in your bones? Believe. Legacy, legendarily paranormal activity is being absolutely sent in memory. Contemporary allergy, mucus be flooding the apple seed of those who try to travel and conquer the hidden secrecy. Call me Colossus on these days like this, swinging the fire sword. Ezekiel prophesies the wordsmith, split in the middle of your chest so it is easy to see and know the half, the upper and the lower part of any MC who tries to defy my positive persuasion and making you fall on your back and see the sky. Stare at the stars long enough and they'll collide, crushing the sun worshippers who's living by signs symbolic to symbolism. Idolism, what I give them is cardiac arrested development, using fellowship and wisdom. Characteristic, come close, feel the aura, enlighten your fears. Spirit overdose. Believe that it is time to open your eyes with vision. Believe that only you can make the accurate decision. Believe that I was sent to handle and torture you so-called MCs who breathe deceiving words of reptilian speech. And just remember, you learn IT. Your arms ain't like the octopus. 8 ways to read, with 8 ways to speak, and 8 ways to practice what I preach. Can't you feel it in your bones? Believe.
Patrick Duffy, then Fly, Honey, Sybil Shepherd, and Morgan Fairchild. And let's not forget David Hasselhoff.
Every day the same old with Rainbow, watching the sun twist.
Say the wrong thing and the punishment reaches the excruciating depths of the desert, crawling for water, looking for civilization. A familiar face for the abrasive, healing your wounds and grand salvation to the administration. Public walkie-talkies and governmental surveillance is captivating, caging us animals for preparation. In order to single file my words and my expressions, given the extraterrestrials a key to the city, so I'm inventing travel of faith, organic posture. The carnival has no brakes except the helicopter propeller connected to the thinking cap of all the struggling. Young and searching for stardom, now the morals are rebuttaling. What they need to see and what they need to listen to. What to follow when the moon has turned to blood and Jezebelian perfume has replaced the oxygen. Breathing with warning. A bedtime story for all the sleepers while they're mourning.
And so I ask you, how do you feel at this moment? And so they tell me. And so they tell me. And so they tell me. Every day the same old with Rainbow, watching the sun twist.
Surface on patrol for the demon of old to rise from his hole and place the scales around his gold and route for his gold to leave with a bang in your soul, increasing his toll before the foretold battle unfold. My steel-tempered nerves allow me to live in this corrupt world with a heightened awareness. I've tweaked all my senses to see through the mirrors and smoke on the edge without a rope. Middle finger defying gravity as I'm watching him slither through my scope, persistent the persistent thought and my mission on this note. As my index hold tension on the trigger mechanism, 1 inch from the release of a storm of ammunition. Edge one up for the rebel resistance. Persistent followers of God in humble existence, who've seen the devil's face in religion and government form. Hence the 7 heads with a crown on each of 10 horns.
And so I ask you, how do you feel at this moment? And so they tell me. And so they tell me. And so they tell me. Every day the same old with Rainbow, watching the sun twist.
Guilty or not guilty, filthy money drenched in blood, the soak in the sun of dead souls, voting polls, politics as usual. Conscious and mobile, playing the role of an immortal, acting defiant for the terms of the client. Only to second guess innocence. Belligerents don't mix, sticks and stones may break your bones, but blasphemy will too. Study and represent the law only to break it. Stations high, a little too high, a couple of more inches below the throat, please. Judicial boat sinks in the ocean of immorality. Sanctions for statute of limitations are in the art of travesty and brutality. Which majesty are you bowing to? Pitchforks with horns, androgynous skills or the crown of thorns? About the crown of thorns and spirit that goes with it. Frail mentalities take the stand while hands of the gavel pile you up with the rest of the flesh and gravel. Travel through doors that weren't meant to be entered. Backstage pass revoked. Choked on your own greed and gluttony. The anatomy of sin with every cell crevice. The cuticle of ignorance is beautiful bliss, and I wish to miss a kiss of goodbye while angels fly above my physical. No mystical spook, the good book cannot be corrected. Neglected to slap the Bible in the faith of under oath. Face my true judge. Forget the 12 jurors concerned about the man with the 12 disciples.
And so I ask you, how do you feel at this moment? And so they tell me. And so they tell me. And so they tell me. Every day the same old with Rainbow, watching the sun twist.
Big up the Florence Henderson, Connie Chung, keep it moving. Linda Evans, Mark Gaston now, Scott Bell, Victor Kiriakis, Adam West, and let's not forget Eric Estrada.
Every day the same old with Rainbow, watching the sun twist. Watching the sun twist.
with the symptoms of confusion, illusion. I wish it was an illusion, because to them it's life or death, suffocation or breath. Maybe I never should have defeated my father, instead remained a kid. But my mommy said his feelings wouldn't soak into her, and she was right, but now he's living his life completely reserved in my eyes, burying the failure of the spies. He even stepped to one of my school teachers with bragging rights. Humiliation municipal, parent conference with Teflon words, poison the principal. That's what I get for making art out of games instead of recess ciphers. I'm playing for the fame of tournament trophy decorations for a living room, showcasing how proud my father is of himself with every glimmerous shelf of gold. But there comes the time that you get scared, cause the competition threats, I swear. What if I lose? What do you mean, son? You can't lose. That wasn't the question, my dear father. What if I lose? That really doesn't need to be discussed. Let's concentrate on what we gotta do. It's easy for you to say, but I can feel my wrist is slashing. I think I'm gonna take the fall to see your reaction. Standing so far away, father. Are you ashamed of yourself, or is it just me noticing the rain pouring all over your disappointed face? Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone. Hey, father, leave those kids alone. Full moon attitude, face of fright within. Will I be born again, or is my destiny the pin to the grenade inside the churches and the worshiping every object inside the building except God? Lucifer is the priest while the ignorant audience is applied. In most cases don't even know that their soul compromises infinite life in return for the moral supportive of pleasure. I need to get my head together, for it's been portioned and tampered with, brainwashed and left for atheists. Scientifical courtship, back off with those pliers, teaching the planet Earth to be liars. Non-believable entities of the Nosferatus. What has this evil brought you? A haunted house on the hill of a lava pollutant, residents of pestilence, chains, whips, and a dungeon of minotaurs. Centaur characters suffer fantasies.
Without setting foot inside those walls, I have planted a bomb, which will be detonated on receipt of a signal from my mind. Those stupid audiences. Without setting foot inside those walls, I have planted a bomb, which will be detonated on receipt of a signal from my mind.
Barney, Big Bird, pedophiles, John Wayne Gacy, been caught in cahoots lately. Spider-Man tangled in his own web of deceit, evidence concrete, kissing feet, licking meat when Jeff Dahmer divide conquer. Thanks to modern medicine, we can breathe again. Lex Luthor, Ted Bundy, tag team, bad dream. Reality of Marvel, DC, AC, Adapter, Wonder Woman. Can you see villain or killing or making shaking scent? Red costumes for occasion, abrasions, X-Men descendant. Altered Eagle, Clark Kent, men on kryptonite, fight addictions, sickness, desperate. Inscriptions, chest level, League of Justice, just us. Trust spontaneous combustion. Just when Gotham remodeled anarchy, outcome found some conspired. Heard Charles Manson retired. Thanks to Megatron, Decepticon icons, find the truth. Retreat mechanics, blow hole in roof, invincible, yet found one weakness detected infected with virus. Why us? Penguin and Raven killed Robin. Hopscotch through hell, fire exit. But you see this all on pages, you'll never get it.
I seen it, Phoenix Vex in the Phoenix. Her words swallow the silent cries of a helix. Hangman, a dead specimen void of a living habitat. Another victim of a poison hi-hat. Hobble-gobble the splattered ladder, statistical ballistic data scat. Walking where the wasteland valley plants, footprints in the hands of a man deranged. Sanity on the brink out of range. Stabbed an angel in his wing just to sing songs of ping-pongs out the walls of your brains. Swallow the city. Meanwhile, this child abuse puts fire to fuse using a sacred ditty. Dangling from the dead drool of an infant in womb, consumed by my demented dimension. So I'll slit my wrist in risk of celestine, bringing others 6 feet below.
Voices scare me in the valley of the living dead.
Without setting foot inside those walls, I have planted a bomb, which will be detonated on receipt of a signal from my mind. Those stupid audiences. Without setting foot inside those walls, I have planted a bomb, which will be detonated on receipt of a signal from my mind. Setting foot inside those walls, I have planted a bomb, which will be detonated on receipt of a signal from my mind. Those stupid audiences, without setting foot inside those walls.
Ursula, Archive, Princess Leia, the planet Hoth. Thorns of the poison replaced where early years of loss. Sling with a medicine drenching of emotional gauze. Sipping the blood of pain and agony, apostles applause. Live it and learn it. Move on, accept and learn to observe it on the cover of a journal's my name in cursive. Onry outlined in a banner through the pages, corners, along with the words of his secret thoughts. The forerunner walks, aggressive top speed. Obvious lottery. Attraction, rule of a colony. Discovering pottery. Audibly quarterbacks decision. vision when emotion. Sometimes this act's what I deserve for devoting my hope, and that she'll always be here, always be near, and always be there. Rotating in orbit like forever around my career. Greedy red-handed Carter's the gremlin cussing. Then when it's time to clash, the accusations are disgusting. Love is a function used in medieval torture chambers to test the boundaries that you're gonna absorb, and soul searching for the person. Perfect, internal, beautiful human rose on the chest on the dove, but also nightingale like me. Sometimes the frightened tale I see, we in the turmoil, return to oil to cleanse and remembering what it was that flamed the torch of Olympians, lovers of heathens, the Queen of England's born again in millenniums. You shall reign for many years, long live Her Majesty. Mary the Weeswick, Elizabeth is now our queen. We hold the torches above, speaking is giddy, and roaming the wicked lands of redemption for our dominion. And so it was said, long live Her Majesty. Mary the Weeswick, Elizabeth is now our queen. We hold the torches above, speaking is giddy, and roaming the wicked lands of redemption of our dominion. Killer Kelly with footage on that movie Belly, but the beast is taunting daily graduation, infatuation. So don't stand so close to me. She stings in a way that the police would probably haul her away. Stand up for self, defend the country. Hillary, take the blows of all your allies. Bruises are tolerated along with black eyes. I tried to get to the bottom of the bottle to eat the worm, but I was led to the path of no concern. You're a big girl now, I know your mother is proud, even though certain people want to hold a grudge by creating a black cloud to follow you, but the forecast is being changed. We rolling the Sherbert Granada through Transylvania on a sunny day. The stabber went towards to save you, Mina. Marrow the cobblestone, my stagecoach, minutes between us. Castle inside, and if we make it eternal, the flame. But the past, weapons are murderers in this people's game. Grab a hold and don't let go. Close your eyes, experience Matera firsthand, while me and you in Rochester glide, and the skies are trumpets blowing, lambs of light. Our shepherd home relieve the duty of Michael to watch the devil suffer. Bride of our Frankenstein, together we match, and that of the Capulet and Montague relationship interview. Everything in this world is trying to build a wall to stop us, but the fate is evident, so death to the energy pompous. So you're going to crown her Elizabeth? All she does is hang around the barn and never leave. You're going to crown her? You're making my sick stomach plummet. You shall reign for many years, long live Her Majesty. Mary the Weeswick, Elizabeth is now our queen. We hold the torches above, speaking is giddy, and roaming the wicked lands of redemption for our dominion. And so it was said, long live Her Majesty. Mary the Weeswick, Elizabeth is now our queen. We hold the torches above, speaking is giddy, and roaming the wicked lands of redemption of our dominion.
nutrition and our brain food, dog food, and I came to this conclusion in the can. Damn, I can't see why we can't undermine the man and or understand what he's done on stolen land. Planning how to oppress people with the upper hand, writing needles, stepping westward, and thyroid to the messenger. So I preach a little louder, powerless and blissful pain and excess rain. I go for dolo, flying solo, swooping on corruption, grabbing munchkins by falsified halos. And I can philosophize for days, I'm brazen those. I hate those who oppose equality, hardly freedom. I beat them into submission with blistering credos, positioned like Saddam's new missile. Believe me, I make my free throws. Witness the freak show, check your egos. Old Dominion walks collective, disrespecting weak flows by weak rappers and weak politicians with weak ass standards. Moonlighting as gun flappers with manners. Us hoods call them nerds. Eventually submit to 1/3. Analytic as well as absurd with perv, but sober nerds still kill the words of jerks. With here I'm perched for killing birds with pigs and west furs, flying south in crowded houses and the motherfucking birds alert. LOPD blue is the graffiti starting to get to you. Ask Upski's alter ego to write a book and rescue you from metropolistic nightmares of teen idols molesting you, brandishing family heirlooms. Compare the dooms of the rest of you.
Dr. Evil, Sylvia's here to see you, ask you questions about animal people, kerosene for Alex in a Trinity quad, stuck to the chest with a steeple. Then I stab myself with the same one, so I can make this equally ivory, porcelain, sculpturing, the perfect potion to hypnotize you feminine MCs, getting you ready for abortion of distorted TVs, broken receivers, black satellites, Pentagon, the center of believers. I fly with a knife and I stab with my wings. I sing for the light, but the dark follows me. My eyes glow and I know it's fear that you hear. Together, I'm walking puppets further astray. We magnet for my God's parade. Trade them for the other person's soul sitting across the table from me. These niggas call me money with no change, except when I be trembling at the noon of the night time. Call me gremlin, transforming, assembling gentlemen to applaud me as medicine curing the 2020 Bobby Fischer showing up again. Eye level with the contaminating, approximately on the wooden border matrix. I play tricks and hook your dreams into the old lady crawling upon the wall like a spider. But in the meantime I hide her and learn to bring the queen out and be aggressive. Hey mommy, this shit is good.
falling too fast. I chased the bullet as I cheated death. Someday I'll lose this game. Just the name. I've gone away. So long, I'm gonna stay.
Miss Muffet wasn't really too brave about the things that were happening today. Spiders falling, David Bowie calling. I'm afraid of Transylvanians, escape me friend. I'm afraid of Transylvanians, escape me friend. Onry Caballero, half piping through the speakers of your stereo. Of a hairier flow, Area 51, around the corner that Freddy Krueger used to peek around, screeching his nail. He used to creep around, but he's always failed. Miss Muffet wasn't really too brave, sipping on a bottle of the black water in the black air. For Owleye, stick him across before I have to spit in their face. Disrespectful baptism.
Peasants, burned escape, superhero yellow tape, killjoy decoy, almost didn't make it, but managed to scrape up tomorrow. Will never be proof, fountain of youth exists, exit. Don't care about Hollywood, their stars or squares. Wanna make soundtracks instead of being stuck playing musical chairs or the web KO. Lay low, my dark exotic Rapunzel stranded in gun tower, hoping to catch her on work release. Y'all naive, thinking each puzzle piece will fit regardless of entourage. Invisible man with a plan to sabotage, found proper tools in head basement garage, bleed for all wrong reasons. 4 seasons, don't greet me with comfort, claustrophobic and coughing, complicated. It's the simplest things in life that got me in trouble. Double or nothing, you do math. Who's been drinking from bloodbath? Is it still a hyena even if I can't laugh by myself? I'm a product of what I see, nothing. A hologram walking in the Matrix, took red pill in the form of when you play this. Legends die young, sunk to new lows, way below belt melt. Anything else you may feel crooked, dealer on table, place bets here, debts there, unconscious without a care, holocausted myself to show I mean business. The hit list.
The seed was planted, uprooted where we landed, stranded on the lost continent of confusion, illusion with a lack of belief, relief from the tension of deceit, instrumentation with the tools that were used. Silently in the night I move, restricted to the bounty on my head. Intergalactic travel starts to recuperating from the light speed move, and consuming demons, death, asteroid belt dodging. I run the media by small margins, running rampant, lost, forgotten wolves. My best friend was a cyborg, lord of the land. Standing up a handed, no self-control. Him and I together, we make whole. Stole the royal scroll. Knew the sacred parchments to write down my moon boot Timbs. Rewrote the laws of the solar system. 10 commandments that we inflicted, conflict resolved. That don't mean that the problem was solved. Built an entire army to uphold the law. Stop what we come from. Overtook the land that we run through. It was done to ensure that the seed will be passed on to the rebels and the castaway, the children and the villain of the fame. Fortune with no name, shameless, gunpoint aimless, retaliated, we were blameless. The last man to try to tame this was never seen again.
Watch over our footsteps. I play like I am wise, but I have never felt so clueless. Trying to move on, hop, pursue on, but is it useless that I'm walking through this world holding a mic and 7 nooses? Daniel introduced it in the midst of this confusion. If it all could be so simple, then it's life, the life I'm choosing. Living life without a cushion on the constant threat of losing, but it's all for the chance to shed the light in our intrusion.
Bravo, Alpha, dangerous, somebody strangle us. You can't untangle us, my angle is mangle the wrangle us. Out of the frontier, you cannot front here. the vagabond interstellar, casting voodoo on your fortune teller. Voice the forever endeavors of death. Take the life out of my breath, siphon on my blood until there's nothing left. My body will stand evidence of the man that took his destiny into his own hands, gave what he got and took his own stand.
I lost my heart that night. I've got sunshine in my stomach, bright days are gone tomorrow when I'm left with blurry sight. You gotta get out of the trenches. Hunger plagues my senses, paradise and my sorrow runs deep. I can't retreat to myself cause I'm the one I have to defeat. Walking, wandering feet, pets, earth. Since I've died and risen through Christ, some physical birth is what I'm living. Life's report shouldn't be my only result in this prison, world prism. The body was missing, for the master has risen.
Resentment towards existence could never be told in a sentence. I put up my fences around enemies, trenches around friends. Paranoid, love destroyed, the worst of my kin. When will I end? I sleep in, avoid waking up to this everyday life of sin that I'm so willing to participate in. I know of the road in which the compass never points, anoints the forehead, but yet I play dead,
We have infinite sight, we are men of might. We will never go quietly into the night. We have infinite sight, we are men of might. We will never go quietly into the night. We have infinite sight, we are men of might. We will never go quietly into the night. We have infinite sight, we are men of might. We will never go quietly into the night.
I'm a great master, slaying your devilish past. The church I see disaster for the ass. Wanna be Christian full of traditions and missions. Blasphemy, addiction, and sacrilegious preaching. Read the word of God, pagans, or renounce your idols. King Dynasty recitals, Bishop Ahim and the Kuwait likes the title. Instead of God spitting praise in his face, the rebirth hotter than the sun rays. Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Fantasies and Sadducees influence the crucifixion. Evil faces the wrath, neck blow, quarter staff for the bloodbath.
I'm a star, we breaking loose, and the entire ship of demons is getting slaughtered. Sacrificing them upon the waters that God gave. Never was I a slave except when I was made. I didn't ask to be born and forced to change my bad ways in these last days. But the pages have the written documents that will engrave. Embed the mummy's tomb with the pestilence of a David, Goliath, Triath, and one cups. The counts, letters read that the Israelites will triumph.
The remembrance of what has not begun. When we were kings, the length to fold it on. Represent the storm, the clutch is held upon. Eternal joy beyond. But I have felt it coming. I'm emotional, I join the voices of the rain. The scent of dewdrops make these blackened eyes erupt. And with my own heart, I guide the truth of what became. I sit in my loneliness, some ways to inflict this pain, but I never born as well to this. Monarch of death is a shame and what remains. One verse, contraband, subconscious oxygen of my hand to the sand, the land I brand. The rest are peaceful in my overworked muscle glands. I walk again, lines sink to bitty paper sheets. A disc full of memories, a past full of spitballs. I waste my adolescent years and forsaking the dope career as an unexistent. Only my shadow remains here. Ye who have ears, listen. Those who have mouths, shut up and be silent. Conceited is a mind state, but being better is a fact. Thailand is a soul drop and a verbal violence is an act. Before speaking, I'm reading truth book, holy Bible, biocycles, anger to piles, idle. bright eye, stage lights, iced eye, crowd cries, twice more than your most painful size. Nerves, adrenaline, drug off, the rhythmatic medicine, the side effects of the hyperactive blackout. I embrace your explosion in a ride with me for location, destination, treehouse, all scene. I love and hate, love you as a mate, but hate you as a date. My eyes bleed for your body, show naked in your private place. Only a perfect sound man can get a orgasm.
You stupid name, bro, what you thinking? What were you thinking? Drunk from your mother? You have
Bobby Fischer.
Yeah, what were you thinking? Coming over here trying to pitch on me? No chance, you pansy. No chance, please.
It's all in a matter of passing the test. Visions to the next, legendary veterans to cadets. Immaculate conception, inner undiscussed subjects, thinner than water, tougher than rock, spitting harder than fire. Out of one's voice box with kerosene for saliva, soul survivors on top. We only walk during dark. Remember, only during dark is when we walk. So the pass over the bridge begins after sundown. Living but dying of thirst. I need a drink. Aroused by this beautiful broad in a blue skirt, I pursued and was glued to her appearance the minute she first walked in the room. Kissing my pen goodbye, as well as the desire to try. Lost in the tropical storms, I blind by the deadly black widow in the sky. So I didn't see the web was tightly knit. It was sad now that I can recall it. After falling, I admit it, I was captured by the kiss of death. I neglected the pen throughout everything I had. Nothing left. I was watching my dreams come to an end, feeding my thoughts to a dozen Dobermans. I need a search for an alternative approach. Call me rational, but this noose around my throat is mighty tight. 1:15 midnight, thinking.
All I have to do is practice. Or better yet, I've been practicing since the beginning. So there is no need. To practice.
Why do I leave the pages as a trail to my stone tablets in hell? At least that's what my daddy calls it, revolves it. Trigger happy, indulging me with his best, but I'm better than a human being. My life's the 8mm camera film in the making of 7 Englands. For continents, I'm breathing the fire while trapped in Egypt, defeating Job in a game of Battleship, street chess games. Flip the page, a trail, never ending. Storybook in the libraries under Simon. Vacancy in the Bates Motel for fallen angels that mate. Colossus checkmate, 99 years and one until death plays the role game. Adventurous heathens with a normal look. I'm Michael, riding through your dreams upon a unicycle. Disturbing behavior, the message inside of the mouth of Nightingale. Hi, I'm Bobby Fischer.
You have no chance, idiot. Only what you think you have.
I'm Bobby Fischer.
I'm feeling like a drunk bastard because you have no chance. Yeah, you have no chance.
You think that you can find me? Do you really think that you can find me? Do you think that you can seriously find me? I'll show up when I want to. Do you think you can find me? Good luck.
What am I missing? What the hell am I missing? You know what I'm saying? What am I missing? Why am I missing? Check it out. What am I missing? Why is it that you feel you need to fill in every single blank to complete this conversation? The paragraph will still grow legs and walk away into another distress signal. Forget about the help, covering the eyes, using the wings while hanging upside down in the black world that is never perfect in my eyes. The tug of war is getting boring and I want an explanation, explaining the exorcist head spin. Leave me alone to the voices that I be hearing smearing anger. I don't like the scent of the nurse. Leave me alone to the voices that I be hearing smearing anger. The rooms aren't padded anymore. Leave me alone to the voices that I be hearing smearing anger. Find yourself equal to me.
Leave me alone to the voices that I be hearing smearing anger. It's too late for fingerprints, miss. The way I look at it, I handle the situation with all arms. Aquaficial when I'm unarmed, but you a charm witch, easily tainted. For Electric Avenue placement, while I be hiding in the basement, playing a monster to a child that isn't even born yet. When do you get off wanting to be the teacher's pet when I abuse and use the Old Testament as Michael's threat to get rid of the sentimental feelings? So just leave me alone to the voices that I be hearing smearing anger. It's quite simple for me to just ignore. Leave me alone to the voices that I be hearing smearing anger. I spit with the best, this ain't a poem. Leave me alone to the voices that I be hearing smearing anger. Colossus, not the Iceman. Leave me alone to the voices that I be hearing smearing anger. Love and hate just happen to be blood brothers, tightly knit, hella close, hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? Like cousins. At least I'm still feeling respect for my journal. Jotting down the ways of cavemen. The hair is getting pulled every time I have to break a leg to get your attention. I'm the zombie in your head, driving the tank with intentions of taking your thoughts for hostage. But keep it clear, the ostrich in the jousting of life. This calls for strategy or mosh pits with you in the middle. But luckily I've enhanced the self-containment of trance. I no longer hear the dance, just silence. I no longer hear the dance, just silence. And if you're quiet, we can probably have a friendship. Be friends. Doubt it, doubt it, doubt it. I doubt it. Leave me alone to the voices that I be hearing smearing anger. Leave me alone to the voices that I be hearing smearing anger. One more time. Leave me alone to the voices that I be hearing smearing anger. Wait, one more time. Leave me alone to the voices that I be hearing smearing anger. Smearing anger still don't work. The thunder is in my eyes. Incense, but never will I die. Incense, whether in or inside. Incense, it's through your fear of which I guide you to another land where prosperity is handling all the things that you are having trouble with. And if I see you quit, then that's it. It's simple to me. Sylvia Onry, come follow me, follow me. I'm feeling quite gracious and spacious. The faces are taking the places.
Now I'm stuck living in days, towards the middle. Trapping between my ways, little or none. Seen face one, mindless dribbles, fine twisted. Spun round, stick to tail, wherever this mail. Donkey wenches enjoy the inches if it's fresh or for sale. Mixed with the atmosphere, niggas is queer, I swear. It's the never ending story, they making it large this year. I spar with guard between my two hemispheres. Batter both sides, my brain's round. Trying to find sound, piece of reality wound. My body cutting clockwise to the ground. And otherwise drowned within the earth under these dumb shits. Mortals, portal to where the sun splits, I'm heated. I'm about to make them feel my soul fire spit. I rolled entirely on perspective. Whatever the angle, stand locked jaw, ready to tangle in the night. Let my shit dangle, might go all out. Sow your seeds, call out, fuck the world. This ain't my planet indeed, sow your seeds. I'm only half the man I used to be. I'm only half the child I used to be. It wasn't written, nor was told, but the code as I stood at the broken mold, never to be the same. So it seems I'm only half the man I used to be. I'm only half the child I used to be. It wasn't written, nor was told, but the code as I stood at the broken mold, never to be the same. So it seems.
Never no other brother has taken this to another cornfield that made the designs disturbing more than Malachi. Hatchets and sorrow cries, the feeble type of harvest. Together, all the pumpkins during Halloween and star carving. Eyes in them and a mouth in them. Spend some time creating reasons why you messed up again. And a mask is gonna answer all the questions asked at a confession. Lord, please give me your blessings to maintain a binocular vision through time's 3D path. But I have been granted the wrath of 7 maps, showing traps and lovers being kidnapped. And the other half of this man has volunteered and caught a spirit spot of being lied to. I will die too, but the best of me will live until the next Bible. And hopefully I will be written in its pages to share the synagogue voices consuming man's hatred.
Only half the man I used to be. I'm searching for so-called reality. This plagues my life and makes me feel this way. Does anybody know if it's night or day? It seems to me that I am all alone, waiting for the moment to see my home. Will I have a chance to prepare myself? For this half of a man deserves strength and wealth.
I'm only half the man I used to be. I'm only half the child I used to be. It wasn't written, no was told, but the code as I stood at the broken mold, never to be the same. So it seems I'm only half the man I used to be. I'm only half the child I used to be. It wasn't written, no was told, but the code as it stood at the broken mold, never to be the same. So it seems
my laboratory is a constant study that you will find within every cottage. A pair of footprints, a track of muddy, but the bottom of my soul is dripping bloody from stomping the life out of the make-believe dummy. Yeah, it seems funny that I would see the situation amusing. No mind from the man before that I used to be, but it was murder to surgically remove the Siamese and try to see that I am me. No matter if I can flee, I'm staying right here, right there. But I'm wrong for loving pain and premeditating the strain to see an eye tear up. But the other venom that I used to pose as will clean it up and shine the skeleton. Teach the class every single bone in sight. Speaking urban legend during midnight. Then speaking tongue for the repentance when I find them. Welcome to my home, the private asylum.
I'm only half the man I used to be. I'm only half the child I used to be. Wasn't written, no was told, but the code as I stood out the broken mold, never to be the same. So it seems I'm only half the man I used to be. I'm only half the child I used to be. It wasn't written, no was told, but the code as I stood out the broken mold, never to be the same. So it seems.
got plastic faces, onslaught with a visual aura, exploring the traces you left behind. G.O. blending it with the wind as a sign of weakness, cause I was easily able to sell your soul unto the fires of weak men, stacking their bodies all the way to the heavens. This is the Tower of Babylon, with a ladder made of a skeleton, belonging to that of a double dragon anaconda. Split is the tongue of the boa and so's the speech. And beta goodness rolling off of the statement's heat. I'll be brief, decapitate and staple the body by letting the blood of the belly drop on the surface of rusty blade. Engulf the pain, and if you're still alive, then God forbid, I'm gonna drive you insane. It's a little difficult for me to whisper when I'm as upset as the medication you want to keep away from your children. Safety, stay away from the building. It's gonna collapse as soon as you listen to the hissing of a belly flopping pistis. Cobra invoking what is against the word of God. I commence to chop the heads off of the gypsies to even the odds, and make myself the count of the castlay. Vanna A, magical like a wine in the plot of the Hobbit. You'll burn to be sniping the objects. El Kabir in the mirror at most, reflecting the wrath of the Holy Ghost. Eminence and Dexatrin, establishing elemental tables of torturous melancholy. MCs, why don't you lay upon your stomach and face while I attempt this ollie? Steady breath with dialogia like a diamond back in the desert of dreams. A nightmare is what it seems to be, so I suggest you flee. Old dominion in the form of a 7-foot wasp, hovering gospel agility packets for those who are stuck in the black swamp. The count is 1. What is the difference between a goblin and a gremlin? And the gremlin cusses. 6. What is the difference between a gremlin and a goblin? The goblin does not cuss. 11. What is the difference between a gremlin and a goblin? The gremlin cusses. What is the difference between a goblin and a gremlin? 16 and a half. Neither.
This forward energy, marvelous ability of speaking viciously within this never-ending story. The time machine best described as a very own galaxy, a world from afar filled with digital walls and graffiti masterpieces, along with voices that speak a million different words for you to listen and think. Now just imagine multiple revolutionary heroes with strategic plans delivered the poetical flow amongst the society of shadows deep beneath the streets of Emerald City, releasing the frequency for the whole world to hear. Old dominions of fear that's been dreaded for years. Anthropologists confused by their anatomy, referred to an anomaly. All I know is it's neglected, it's costly. Pick up an album and find yourself programmed for effectiveness. Regardless, the silver bullet or golden gun, whatever's reported, speaking felt throughout boroughs, suburbans, urbans, and international like stealth. Hell with it, Pentagon, what else is it that you have in store for the people in general?
They walk forbidden fruit, descendant, lieutenant of anatomy, tenement, ribbon, and imminent dialects. My melanin battles a skeleton of skeletal derelicts who don't reflect light, just eat spikes. Mice, prevalent wrist slice. The price is right to body surf MC tonight. In synchronized sap raps get so dapped. Entrapped overlaps the spine taps. Who's the nebulous? Battle the stress in the apex in the chest. In this conquest to be the best, I'll end you with THX. Overplay or hate your family tree. Me, melt sunshine in spring, fling spine binds. Just a figment of imagination in my halls. Fragmentation, disorientation, therapeutic discombobulation and defenestration. Cause harm with my side spike, head banging through a thorax. larynx, anthrax, that's hyper-explosive. Scorch of the cosmosis, that's my swan song. The Samson Samson, 18-bar superstar.
Through the blisters, whisper melody of your loss. Like you fought enemy, it'll be hard to dodge the icy palm of death. Embrace your face with open arms. Look at him squirm. He moves like a worm wishing meeting adjourn. Coming to terms with the choice of his life and then still trying to deny this really has happened. No, not him. With his cars and his women, his cash and his yachts and his suits made of linen. No, not he who ran back to Eve, punished in 1 second bite from the tree. Sadly lost in the heart of the matter and drowning at sea and still trying dark battling. Don't you know that death awaits? Already committed, so no need to date. Amusing how he floats in between life and death. Watch him trying to scream. Isn't he stubborn? Refusing to leave Dr. Utter Destruction, PhD.
What makes you think that you can MC in the circle of death? Cypher with my family and watch magic happen in hopes you start rapping. Ignorance abolished by these striving rhyme tyrants. Raise your class flag and watch me ignite it. Don't try to fight it, your soldiers are denied here. Second legionnaire degenerates fear, yeah. Echo beer, infiltrate your atmosphere. All was quiet until the live hour. Your outpost is conquered in the council, watch them cower. Riot camp, we're concentrated. An MC, think this is the death syrup, bottle gas and sip it. My world, son, commander in chief. I drown all beef beneath the coral reef. 14 phantoms deep with cement feet. Don't come to my world unless you've been briefed.
Into the dimension where time is a suspension. The apprehension of sanity, floating away, no gravity. This acre of land you've landed upon, a stranded vagabond with only 13 steps to the doormat you standing on. Floor mat says welcome. Escape from the moonlight, hiding behind the cloak cloud, snarling. The limbs of the trees dancing. Don't mind the illuminating tricycle. Riding his only Joan of Arc's little darling. Entering the labyrinth of bent hallways and demented echoes. Always plays a strong role in your consciousness, always acting sideways. Mind says retreat, but the exit has become the entrance. If your faith was a little stronger, you wouldn't be so damn entranced. Double vision enhanced, passing through the hourglass sand, standing still. Only time to kill. Through the expedition as a lifeline on petition. Those voices in your head you should have never learned to listen to. Thinking you know you crammed in a jam, walk through the Diablo's doorway when suddenly the door slams. Damn. The sham becomes clear as a message in a bottle. Should've listened to God, then you wouldn't have been so damn eager to follow.
The party didn't start till I walked in. Nicholas Lamont. The party didn't start till I walked in.
Simon Sylvia. Ancient as I make my appearance. $1 million or $1 million buckets are thicker than water. I give good Nicholas, spray to the hair on your goosebumps. Drain. Wait a minute, everybody that's here is just like me, but they don't like me. And Spike D, fellow over there is an enemy, a friend of me, as old as me, but he is not me, and that hurts he. Envy is just pouring off of his internal and external wardrobe. But I done cracked the code a long time ago. I done kicked this game, investigating like Columbo with Charlie's Angels. Nicholas versus Simon, the annual scent of a zygote. Whose victim is it?
Jealous teenage sisters cutting each other's hair. Wednesday nights without a care. Illegal living space we share. Over trail room frail. Vampire disco. Jealous teenage sisters cutting each other's hair. Wednesday nights without a care. Illegal living space we share. Over trail room frail. Vampire disco. Things might seem but didn't. Dreams, day night visions. The owl, raven, deeper glance to internal thoughts. Glad I could state my position. Sketch, Nicholas Lamont, don't your name toss. I watch the sand tumbleweed across the beach. My voice has wings when the wind runs banshee. I draw rage like a gun, quick draw. I dare one to compare, one withdraw.
He must be losing his touch, cause I can hear his gust, whispering to the shadows that are amongst the junk. The Southwestern, native in architecture. I need to introduce this cocky ass to mine. Museum of Wax, where everybody will see their reflection. Eventually the tension will stretch. What is bonding? I know how to get under his skin for he is family kin.
Jealous teenage sisters cutting each other's hair. Wednesday nights without a care. Illegal living space we share. Open trail on prayer. Vampire disco. Jealous teenage sisters cutting each other's hair. Wednesday nights without a care. Illegal living space we share. Open trail on prayer. Vampire disco.
A grandson's fall, dirty blonde, whipping your ass, taking the plunge, saving your hide. Nigga, what? I could really give a fuck. Flamboyance and annoyance. Oh, how I love it, you hate it. All your little angels already dated, made it. Old way, same game, no need to play. I'll just remake it. You get cremated, annihilated, obliterated. Must I really demonstrate it? Have a drink, sit back, relax, flex, get smacked. Just a glimmer in my eye, can you see that? Can you read that? I slick, grip, tight, fat. Where you been hiding at? I keep a flock, doves, flames, eccentric, a wide range, strange. Fire hydrants run free in the rain. Dance with one of my dames here, try pain.
Jealous teenage sisters cutting each other's hair. Wednesday nights without a care. Illegal living space we share. Open trail on prayer. Vampire disco. Jealous teenage sisters cutting each other's hair. Wednesday nights without a care. Illegal living space we share. Open trail on prayer. Vampire disco.